No hesitation, just find a spot and go ahead and start coming into child's pose. From that tabletop, knees out, your personal distance, big toes coming towards each other, sink the hips down, arms again to your personal distance, taking them either stretched out or elbows. And breathe. And out. Not breathe through the nostrils if you're able. Just regulating that breath, noticing the sensations that are showing up in your body. One breath at a time. Feel what's there. Be curious, compassionate, allowing whatever's there to be there without judgment. The tightness in the low back, the creak or the pop, the ache in some places. Just noticing, being with it, drawing that breath into those places. Exhaling out the tension. Breathe in again. Now empty all of that air out. Use the in-breath to start to bring you up to that tabletop place. Exhale. Pressing into the palms of your hands, taking the legs up into that upside down V, or you might hear it referred to as down dog, and then breathing. Pedaling the heels towards the ground one at a time. Feel the stretch down the back side of each leg. And then come to both feet pressing. Feel that in-breath pressing down and forward out of the palms of the hands. And the exhale out of the backs of the legs. Inhale, press down and forward. Exhale like you're pressing out of the backs of your knees. Breath in. And use that exhale to step up towards the top of your mat. Feet about hip width distance or a little wider, your personal distance here. Breathe in to come up halfway, that 90-degree angle, if you will. That's what you're aiming towards. And then you listen to your body. Breathe out to fold down. Little bend in your knees. Just allow the chest to come in towards the thighs, the head to hang heavy, maybe even some rotation there with the head and the neck. Pick one direction and circle it. Let the arms hang out of the shoulder sockets, and then change that direction with the head and the neck. Being mindful of the sensations that you're feeling, the injuries you might have, taking care of yourself in the moment with what's showing up for you. Noticing that breath moving in and out. And if it's stopped, then just be aware that it's stopped and come back to that in and out breathing. You know, as we think about things, as we focus on stuff, our breath can kind of close down. And we just want to start cultivating that awareness of that. And the more that we're aware of it, the more that we can notice when we're breathing, when we're not breathing, and come back to that in and out breath, that intentional breath. And then now, after been hanging here for a few moments and that blood has rushed to the head, we want to slowly start to lift up halfway, breathing in. Stay here and exhale, taking the arms out like airplane wings. And then use your next inhale to slowly rise up, pressing into the feet. Feel the strong legs rooting down. And if it's all right with your arms and your body, you slowly bring the arms all the way up. And then exhale after you've reached up. And then breathe in again to stretch through those fingertips. Stay in that position as you let that air out. Now you can also have your elbows bent here, like cactus arms. You can have them out. You can just even have them down by your sides. Maybe the reaching up is not working for you. And just feel that breath in and pulling back the shoulders, just opening across the chest. Use that exhale to stay here. Feel the feet really grounding down. The whole left foot, the whole right foot. Breathe in again. If your arms are raised, those palms turn toward the ground, and you exhale to slowly press the arms down, like you're moving through water. So there's some resistance there, right? It's like you're pressing into something. Whole breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, now we're folding forward, letting that exhale just allow the body to release down, like it's deflating, dropping in. Little bend in the knees again. Come back to that in breath while you're here. That exhale, maybe sink in a little more bend in the knees, drop in. Then breathe in to come up halfway. Breathe out to fold down. Next in breath, rise all the way up to your degree, your personal degree. Now on your exhale, we're going to squat down. Knees bending, sticking your glutes out behind you. This can look like just a little bend. This can look like a really deep squat. And then just stay here. Breathe in again. Reach out of the arms. Breathe out. Maybe sink a little more. Again, big breath in. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Breathe in again to rise all the way up. Full breath in, rising up. Exhale, dropping that right arm down by your side. Reach up a little more with that left. Exhale, take the left hand over to the right. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, drop that left arm over. Inhale, stretch up through those right fingertips. Exhale, reach over to the left. Inhale, reach up both arms. And exhale, folding forward. Little bend in the knees. You can do this from a seated position in a chair. Breathe in to lift up halfway. Breathe out to step back into your plank position. You can do that on your knees and forearms. Take a breath in here. And use that exhale to rock forward to the tiptoes and slowly lower down. Untuck the toes, breath in, pressing into the mat, coming up into that baby back bend, cobra, elbows in by the sides. Exhale, drop down to the mat. We're going to do a few more of those. Press in to lift up, and you're breathing in, coming up, filling in. Exhale, coming down. And again, breath in to lift up. Breath out to come down. And again, inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. All right, we're going to take a little detour. We've got one more after this, but we're detouring. Arms down by the sides, arms and legs lift up. And you keep breathing. And we go places that seem a little difficult. It's pretty natural to clench down on that breath. You want to notice that and come in, back to that in and out breath. You can take your arms out like airplane wings.
tucking the chin to lengthen the cervical spine. Inhale, reaching those arms overhead. That can be pretty intense, so if that's not where your body can go, you just stay with those arms out like airplane wings or by your side. Finding your personal edge, right? Your 100% in the moment. Breath in, lift up. Exhale, come down. Hands back underneath the shoulders. Relax down a little bit. Take a breath in to press back up into that last cobra. Stay here and exhale. We're going to take 4 more breaths in and out. And while you're doing that, just be curious about that placement of your body and see if you need to change anything. Notice what the body's saying. What kind of feelings, sensations are there? Do I need to change something? Breathe in and out. One more inhale. Use that exhale to come all the way down. From here, we're pressing to the plank. You can use your knees and your forearms. Exhale, pressing back into that upside down V. Pedaling the heels towards the ground. Breathe in to lift that right leg up. Breathe out to step that right foot forward by the right hand. So you have that runner's lunge. Make sure you have space between the feet like they're on parallel lines. You're going to start out with your arms by your body, your chest almost resting on that thigh. Fingertips reaching back as the crown of your head is like there's a string coming out of it pulling forward. So pressing out of that back heel, reaching back with those fingertips. And then from here to inhale, start to rise up. You can always drop that back knee. Big breath in. And from here, hands to your heart, spin that back foot flat, arms out, taking your eyes over those front fingertips. Breath in and breath out. We're going to reverse this, drop that back hand, reaching up with the front one. Big breath in. Use that exhale to come forward and down with that right arm on the inside of that right knee. Remember, block can be very helpful here. Reaching up to breathe in and stay here and breathe out. Stretch up, breathe in. And exhale to stretch that arm overhead. Anytime you're stretching that arm big, if that's a lot on the shoulder, you can bend that elbow, bring the arm back towards your body. You can even just keep the arm alongside your body and just pull that shoulder open a little, pull open across your chest a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Stay here and exhale. Breathing in, pressing into that front foot. Slowly come up, straighten the front leg. Reaching forward, drop that hand down. You know, if you need to change the distance between your feet, notice it. Don't just stick yourself somewhere that you feel like you're stuck and it's not working and you can't move. Adjust a little bit and drop. I'm bringing my back foot in. I've got my right hand down on that straightened leg and I'm reaching up with that left hand. Breathing. Little bend in that front knee to press your upper body up. We're going to do a big wide straddle. So just turning that right foot in, toes in, heels out. Clasping hands behind that lower back. Breathe in to lift the heart up, lean back, and exhale, come forward. Dropping down in. Let that head hang, let it be heavy. It's attached, it's not going anywhere. Maybe circling it around. If your hands don't clasp like this, you can pretend
right? Just moving in that direction. You can have a towel or a strap that you're grabbing onto. Come to that breath. From here, we're going to slowly rise back up, all the way up to standing. We're going to scoot your feet in, heels in now, toes out, sinking down into whatever kind of a squat you've got. Maybe it's this and your hands are on your thighs. Maybe it's this. Your elbows can come to the inside of your thighs. Maybe your hands can be at your heart center. Whatever kind of a squat you've got, right? You figure it out for you. You've got to start somewhere, right? We're not going backwards. We can't go back. So we've got to start right where we're at. And you know what? That felt great. So yes, maybe I can come down here, but maybe that's not where I need to be right now. And when I was like this and I started to turn like this, that felt amazing on my back. So that's where I want to go. So if you want to try that, your hands can be on your legs. Think about your spine up nice and tall. Take a breath in and exhale, and you're just going to turn that upper body towards your right. Breathe in. Use that exhale to twist a little more and come back to center and exhale. We'll do the other direction when we go the other way. So slowly straighten those legs up. You're going to drop your upper body forward. You can turn your toes in and your heels out now and rise up to a halfway point. Lift all the way up. Right foot forward, hips, your upper body turns towards the top of the mat. You've got a little bit of a shorter stance between your feet now. Your left toes angling to the left. Inhale, lift your heart up. Your hands can be at your back pockets, your hips. Lift up, lean back, breathing in. Exhale, folding over that right foot. Drop in, hands on blocks right here. Drop into whatever degree works for you till you feel a sensation in your body, your edge, your 100% in that moment. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, come up halfway. Plant the hands out in front of you. Step your right foot back, both feet back into that plank position, or knees, right? Forearms. Take a breath in. Exhale, slowly come down. Untuck the toes. Breathe in to press to that cobra. Exhale, come down. Press to the plank. And back to that upside down V, your down dog. All right, other side. Left leg lifts up as you breathe in. Exhale, step that left foot forward by your left hand. So again, you've got the runner's lunge legs, arms alongside your body, heart pulling forward, heel, right heel pressing back or dropping down to that knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, stay here. Reach up, breathe in. And then as you're breathing out, you're going to take that back foot, spin it flat, arms stretch out, and your eyes look over those front fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale as you drop that back arm, reach up with the left hand. Stay here and breathe out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, you're going to come forward and down with that left arm on the inside of that left knee. Again, that block there can be very helpful. Reaching up with the right hand as you're breathing in. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, you can take that arm overhead. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale.
Breathing in as you press into that front leg. Rise up, straightening that front leg. Grab a hold of the shin with your hand. Reach up with that right hand. You can pull up on that shin, kind of engage from that left side. Big breath in. Exhale, a little bend in that knee, pressing all the way up to standing. Big wide straddle again. Turn the left toes in. Again, you can interlace behind your lower back. Grab a strap, grab a towel. Hands to your back pockets, hands to your hips. Breathing in to lift that heart up. Maybe leaning back into that. And then exhale, coming forward. Keeping that spine perpendicular to the ground. Drop in. Just let the head be heavy. Let it hang, circle it around. That regulatory breath, filling up, exhaling out. Slowly start to rise back up. Catch your hips, come all the way up to standing. Scoot your feet in a little bit. Heels in, toes out this time. Sinking down into that squat, whatever you've got here. I'm going to drop down for a couple of breaths. You find your personal place. There's no comparison with us. There just can't be, because we're all so different, right? There's just no two people have the same structure or the same experiences, the same things, that injuries, traumas. It's so personal, this practice. I'm going to come back to that kind of upper place. So we twisted to the right before, right? Now planting those hands on the tops of the thighs. Feel that lift through the spine. So you can kind of pressing into the thighs. You can feel that breath in, that stretching the spine up, and then exhale and twist to the left. So a little bit more pressure against the right thigh. Breathe in. Exhale to twist. One more breath in. Exhale, twist. Spinal injuries, you shouldn't be cranking hard like this. You want to turn a little bit, you give a little bit. You start with baby steps, little bits, or not even anything at all, right? There's just some stuff sometimes that you need to let go, not feel like you need to do it. Straighten the legs, turn the toes in, fall forward. Inhale, come up halfway, catch your hips. Rise all the way up. Turn the left toes forward. Your back feet are pretty much kind of where they can stay, and you can play with that distance. Be curious about what works for you. I'm just going to guide you, invite you to see if it feels or works to have your heels on one line, your right toes angled out, your upper body turned towards the top of your mat in the direction that your left leg is going, and you work with yourself and see what feels best for you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come over that left leg, or you can keep your hands at your back pockets or your hips. You can have blocks here to rest on. You can just hang on to the hips, back pockets. A little bend to that front knee. Let the head drop in. Each time you exhale, see if that can allow you to sink into that stretch a little bit more. Next breath in, plant the hands out in front of you. Step the feet back.
maybe a full plank, maybe you drop to your knees, take a breath in, exhale, slowly lower down. Untuck the toes, breathe in as you press into that baby back bend. We're going to do 2 more after this. Exhale, come down. Breathe in, press up. Breathe out, come down. Here's your last one. Breath in, press up. Exhale to come down. Inhale to that plank. Exhale to your upside down V. Drop to your knees. Cross your ankles, roll over onto your back. Squeeze the knees into your chest. Big squeeze in, maybe a little rocking side to side. Plant that left foot down, right ankle across the top of that left thigh. Reach through the hole with your right hand around the outside of your left. Squeeze that left knee in, and then take your awareness into the sensation that's coming from that right hip, giving some pressure into that low back towards the ground, that right hip. And maybe you're like, nope, just wrapping up like this is enough tension. I don't need to give any extra pressing. That's great. Figure out how your sensation shows up for you. You find it, you feel it, and then you be with it, one breath at a time. You're breathing that oxygen-rich air in, pulling it all the way down into that right hip, circling it around, and then as you breathe that CO2 out, you're letting it carry some of that tension out with it. Release that left leg. Grab a hold of that right knee with your left hand. Take that leg across your body. Open the right arm out to the side. Getting a whole body twist here. Right knee to the left. Eyes and right arm open to the right. Go ahead and rotate that right ankle while it's hanging out. Pick one direction, make some rotations, and then change direction. Come back to that in and out breathing. And shift to your back. Squeeze that right knee in, and then plant that right foot down, knee bent. Left ankle across the top of the right thigh. Reach through the hole with the left hand. Round the outside with that right hand. Grab a hold of the right shin. Press that left hip towards the ground. Breathe here. Breathe into the sensation. And sometimes when those sensations feel so big, it's yelling at you inside, you can go to another place in your body that's not talking to you, that's not yelling about a sensation. I mean, if it's just even the big toe on your right foot or the right ear, or finding some place in your body that you can notice, oh, well, this doesn't have a sensation. And you can notice that while having this big, strong feeling in your left hip, you can also have places in your body that don't have a big sensation, that are just hanging out and just fine. And it's kind of a cool thing that we can have both at the same time. And just breathe into that sensation. Draw that oxygen-rich air in.
And then as you exhale, let that tension release out with the carbon dioxide. Breathing in and releasing out. And then relax that right leg down the mat. Squeeze the left knee in towards your chest. Grab a hold of that left knee with your right hand, drawing it across your body to the right side. Opening the left arm to the left, turning the eyes to look at that left hand. Feeling that whole body twist. Shift to your back. Bring that left knee in, right knee in, squeeze in. Both knees curl up into a ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze everything in. And then release. Stretch it out. Fingertips and toes, opposite directions. Take one big breath in. Stretch it out. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Arms relaxed. You can lift your shoulder blades up a little bit. Tuck those shoulder blades in underneath you to open up across the chest. You can relax here in this position for as long as you want, just turning me off and soaking in the goodness. Allowing your body to take in the energy that you created. Just kind of lay here and marinate in it. Go ahead and if you're ready to be done, you can turn to your right. Gently press up into a seat. Sitting tall with dignity, hands to your heart or in your lap. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Thanks for practicing with me.